Just tell us about how you started in WAOS.
Started? Well, I lived at Dizzington and I worked in a local shop when I was a teenager, delivering bread on a Saturday morning, and that belonged to Claire and Tom Mackenzie, who were big members of the Operatic Society, and they were friendly with two other Operatic Society members, Wilf and Doris Cattell, who also had a shop in the village. And so through that arrangement, I came down to the Operatics. They got us introduced, and that's 57 years ago. So that was my introduction. And from the beginning, you felt a real buzz then as a youngster. I mean, I was 15 something when I come on, whatever. And and that was my introduction. And working in the store with Claire, she was in various shows, and I helped rehearse her lines, go through her lines to help us on it. That's how I got the buzz.
What was your first show?
My first show was The Boyfriend, I think. Yeah, it was The Boyfriend. Yeah, and that was in the Opera House, of course, you know, where you used to have stage door passes to get into the theatre. Somebody was checking you in, checking you out. The Boyfriend. So that was quite a lively show. Enjoyed that, and of course, you know, lots of partnerships and relationships have been built up through the amateur group, without a doubt. I mean, I met John through the amateurs, and a lot of people have got together through the Operatic Society, because it's always felt like a big family. People have always been there for you without interfering in your lives, and it's been my lifetime hobby, obviously. Whilst I've had many other interests, and particularly since I retired, I mean, this is my lifetime hobby since that early years.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, yeah, I think the important thing is there was, like yourselves, there was a lot of young ones, Ron Hill and one or two people, Jimmy Fletcher, and people we got involved in. What brought the young ones together at one stage was, one show was South Pacific. It needed some energetic younger people, and we got the Scout lads involved. People that were in St Michael's Scouts came. That's Jimmy Fletcher and a few of them came across and got little parts. And through my friendship with Ron Hill and Jimmy Fletcher, it was that group that started the mission dances that everybody refers to all those years ago. Teenage dances down here on a Saturday night when the place was heaving with people. And now, whether you were a member or not, you know, this place was full. And it was through that got us quite a bit of finance that developed into our first refurbishment of Queen Street Hall, which Hartley Mather, who was the secretary then, he instigated all that with the finances that were achieved through the mission dances. So, and people still of our era stop you and say, remember the mission dances? And they got together, people. Yeah.
What's it been like watching the society sort of grow over the time that you've been in? Great.
Every year's been different. There's a different set of circumstances, but of course, I mean, to see it develop over the years, and in this latter 10 years, getting more and more professional, and that's, the talent's probably a lot better than we had in our day, because the facilities are better. But to see it develop, certainly in the last 10, 15 years, because we've had more resources and more people are doing theatre and like musical theatre anyhow. It's been wonderful to see, and particularly the young ones coming through and getting involved in the various subcommittees and committees anyhow.
Very good. Is there anything else you want to say? That was great. I mean, I've got 4 minutes 35 seconds there.
That's fine.
So